Look at Titanic. All women and children, the boats first, men, whoever makes it, makes it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an unwritten law that's just a part of the world.
Yeah. I think it's just, I want to go on a boat where I'm like, fuck y'all. I got dreams. We're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like, they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Oh shit!
You had some what? What'd you just have? With your big ass?
Yeah, salmon, braised beef, rice, and some green beans.
So I noticed you took a second before you said salmon. Is that because you were trying to pronounce it right?
Look, it's salmon in my book. I don't care. There's a fucking L in there. Salmon.
A friend of my friend Bianca, she, I guess up until like 2 years ago, she pronounced it salmon too, until one of the girls told her the L is silent. It just blew her mind.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's I just don't give a shit, man. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. What if that's the case? Should have just spelled it SAMON. Salmon.
Right. You're talking to a dude with a silent H in his name.
Yeah, true.
So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to now. The name of this podcast has been up and down, left and right, just going different ways because we've been trying to lock down, the right name for this podcast. Just because we come up with something and it's taken. We come up with something, and it's not like we can't keep the name, but we want to make it easy for y'all listeners to find the podcast. We don't want we don't want you looking for our podcast and then delve into something where they got you crying on the floor.
Yeah.
Or something that happened when you was a baby. So this podcast might do it too. So, not this one specifically, but when we talk.
Yeah, we never know where we're going. We just end up talking and going different directions.
Yeah. Well, so I think we finalized it because now we actually put our names into the title.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll make it easier as long as you can spell our names right. But anyways, welcome to Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Yes, indeed.
And I know, and I know it might sound like a mouthful to some people, but to me, it's like a playoff of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, something like a kind of an 80s kind of title feel, So.
Oh, we are both 80s babies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm an 80s baby, 80 pounds. You an 80s baby at 800 pounds.
Hey, I can't eat fried chicken. You can't eat rice.
Hold on. Before you say anything, I gotta do something. Ready?
Oh God.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Oh shit. Hey.
Man out here looking like a San Marzano tomato.
Hey, yeah, I had to change it up a little bit. I didn't really have to.
I like the look. I like the look a lot, and it did the red, black, and white motif is that's classic.
Yeah.
You Jordan in his prime.
Hey, for real, with no Jordans.
I know
at all.
I know. Yeah, Chris wears the flip flops.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. I call them my Haitian specials.
Bro, you got the Air Jesuses?
Whatever you want to call it.
I remember I was walking around somewhere and someone had on these like brown like sandals like that. And my man was like, yo, he got the Air Jerusalems on.
Oh shit. I'm outside walking on water, man.
Bro. So I actually, I was just listening to this podcast and there was this quote. I want to say it was Joe Rogan. It was this quote and it was talking about this monk and like this monk, someone or whatever, he met Buddha and he was telling Buddha this story. And he said, he devoted his life to like learning how to walk on, like to do something. I forget what it was. Devoted his life to this thing, spent like 10 years doing it. And now he can walk on water. Wherever he goes, he can walk on water. And then Buddha was like, but the ferry is only a nickel.
Oh,
like you spent your whole life, dedicate your whole life to this one thing, when this other little tiny minuscule piece of whatever could help make your life easier, and you could have spent that 10 years doing something that was actually worthwhile.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just one of those quotes saying that like not all technology is bad. That's all.
Yeah.
Speaking of technology, this movie that we watched had a whole lot of technology in it.
Indeed.
You know, this was our first new release movie.
Yeah, like straight from the movie theater.
In theaters.
Yeah,
like
yep.
we couldn't go watch it unless we had to go to the theater. Well, we could watch it streaming, but come on, a movie like this, you got to watch it in theaters.
I told you that's why I went to watch it, because I was just gonna watch it on TV. And he was like, "Look at the graphics. You got to go to the theater." So you know what? Screw it, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And I actually, I think that's the first time. No, the first time I've been to the movie theater was when we went to go see Venom.
Yeah.
But to be out there again, just in that setting, had my drink, just with the whole screen in front of me, it was definitely a good feeling.
Right.
Definitely a good feeling.
There is nothing like it. I don't care how good your home theater system is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't outdo sitting in the theater, especially with a group of people, and especially with a movie that's got people going crazy and shit like that. Like, did you get to see like Avengers Endgame in theaters?
Did I? I want to see. Oh yeah. Avengers, you can't cheat yourself. You got to go to the movie. You got to go to the movies to see all the movies.
Yeah. It's. I mean, when Captain America, when the hammer, swung back and Captain America grabbed it.
Yeah.
God damn. I ain't jumped up in the theater in a long time, but I almost jumped up in the theater at that point.
Look, between that movie and The Hangover, the crowd reactions was amazing.
Yeah.
Like when Spider-Man showed up, everybody started clapping their hands. When he grabbed the hammer, it was like, yeah. Like we felt like we was a part of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember Rush Hour 2?
Yeah, Rush Hour 2 was when the first was when they got arrested a little girl. Yeah.
Rush Hour 2 is when they go to China, when they're in China in the beginning. And they got to go to Las Vegas.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So that scene in Rush Hour 2 where they go back to LA and they go to the office building and they go up to the guy that's working behind the desk and he goes, "Oh yeah, we're looking for this guy," and he takes off running. It was right after they met Don Cheadle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they go off and then the dude starts running. Mm-hmm. So me and a bunch of dudes from work, this is back when I used to work at Foot Action. We all went to go see that together. It's like my brothers, whatever. We all went to go see that. And as soon as the dude popped up on the screen, the guy behind the register or the counter, and he took off running, everybody was like, "Yo, Saran, go."
Oh, shit.
And we're fucking dying in the theater. And everybody's looking at us like, what's so funny?
Oh, man, that's funny as hell. He must have been catching jokes his whole life. He just had to.
Dude, from me, yeah. I guess from everybody else too. Maybe I caused the peer pressure. Maybe everybody just piles on because I started.
Getting picked on by his little brother.
That's what happens. That's what happens when the big brother is smaller than the little brother, or is littler than the little brother.
Man, shit. You seen Broly? Shoot, he might get big one day.
Yeah. Oh, who? Saran?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get big.
Actually, no. Broly was a little brother. Goku was the older. Okay, there we go. Never mind.
Yeah, but man. So this week's movie, you want to tell everybody what we watched?
All right. So this week we picked our new release, and we went with Dune. Streaming on HBO Max and in theaters.
Yeah. And for those who haven't, I want to say that's not that you're not familiar with it, because you probably are because you've seen it, but I'm holding the cover up to the screen right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, so off rip with this cover, like what would you expect when you see this cover?
When I see the cover?
Yeah.
I guess off the cover, definitely something to do with the desert.
Yeah.
And if I had to go off the title and erase everything from my memory, just go and look at the cover, go with the title, it tells me some people stuck in the desert dealing with sandstorms.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way I could put it.
So I'd never seen the original Dune, so I didn't know what to expect, but that's kind of was my thought too. Like when I hear the name Dune, one thing I do like about this cover is, well, first of all, it's just a pretty much a Photoshop cover. You got people's pictures everywhere, and I feel like a lot of movie posters nowadays look like that. Like I miss the old like when the posters were like hand drawn, or it was like a real creative looking cover for a movie. Like this is right on par with what you would see nowadays in movies, but like
everybody took their own little picture and then got put together on one picture.
Yeah. But one thing I do really like about this cover is just the way they wrote Dune. It's like because it's just a U in different directions. DUNE, and then the E's got the little planet or whatever, the little explosion to make the middle line.
I didn't even realize that, but I see it now. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
See, that's some creativity right there. I like that. So, did the movie live up to the poster? Was it dudes in the desert?
I literally had to watch it again. The second time I had a better appreciation for it. The first time I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because I remember, so when you called me after watching it, because originally we were going to do something else, but Chris had went and got it or watched it. He said, I don't know what I feel. I don't know how I feel about this movie. Yeah. So I need you to go watch it and see how you feel so we could talk about this. So that's why we're like, all right, fuck it, let's do it on the podcast.
Yes, indeed. Before we get started, me and my good old trusted Dusty Jack Daniel, let me get started with my shot. What are you sipping on? I know you got something.
Oh, well, yeah, you got the Jack, but what about the wine? Ain't no wine?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I got about 2 glasses left in this.
What brand is that?
Spring Creek.
Spring Creek. I got some friends that have their own wine companies. I need to get them to send us 1 or 2. So
I'm about to say I'll definitely drink it because that I just get that for the filler, and that's from the dollar store. That's why it says cheap, but it actually packs a punch if you know.
Sure it does. It's from the dollar store.
Hey, it's like that Mad Dog 2020. Oh man,
sound like a black dude made this.
Yeah, you know, can't get wrong.
Today I'm drinking. I got some Cider Boys ciders.
That's a new one.
Yeah, this one is, I just grabbed one of those variety packs. So I got a blackberry wild. And then
have you had it before?
I've had Cider Boys once in a while, but I've had it in the bottle. These are flavors I don't think I've had this flavor before. This is the first press. This is just a classic cider, but it's, they say it's the first press. I don't know how much of a difference that makes.
Oh, no, that's a different one from the first one.
Yeah, different flavor. Same brand, different flavor.
No, I mean that from the first can you showed up. That's a different can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the first can was a blackberry wild.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And so that one's got the blackberry flavor to it. This one's just a traditional cider. So probably start with this.
We should do this one day where we switch the drinks. So I bring in the ciders, you got the Jack Daniels and the wine.
So I got one of your leftover little bottles of Jack Daniels here.
I left one. Ain't that about a bitch?
Listen, I'm not gonna go grab it, but it's sitting there. Because I saw it the other day because I I bought some more liquor and I ended up picking up some moonshine. And then I went to go put the moonshine in my little bar thing. And I was like, oh shit, I got Chris's Jack still here. So
shit.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
We could.
Next week we'll do that.
All right. Look, I put you on your ass. Hey. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna tell you how to drink it. You drink it how you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna. We'll see. We'll see if I might have the Jack. I might not have the wine. I might have the cider with the Jack.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not just gonna add it into the cider like I did last time.
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing that. But because what might save me is my third one, just in case once I get through those two, I just got my traditional Blake's light hard ciders.
Okay.
So I might just drink it with that. We'll see.
Let those ciders.
Oh yeah, because I don't. Man, it's just, first of all, beer tastes like crap.
I've actually grown out of beer. I used to always, it was always beer and whiskey always together.
Yeah.
And I keep some in my refrigerator. And it's like, if I do, it's maybe once every other week. Yeah. Just one bottle, leave it alone. Other than that, I'm on wine.
I can't. I'd rather it just taste good.
I will drink a beer if I go out. Like when I go, watch the games or whatever, I will order a cool draft, whatever local beer just to try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as actually buying it for the house and actually drinking like I used to, I don't grow out of it.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. But even then, I'll just, when I go out, most places will have an Angry Orchard. So I'll just grab an Angry Orchard.
Yeah. And everybody got Jack. They got Jack. Something wrong with them.
Yeah. All right. So, so did this movie, Dune, did it live up to the hype of the poster? First of all, before we even start, bro, what size is that shirt, bro?
I don't know. It's a dollar store shirt.
Yeah, I can see that. But did you get it from the boys section?
I don't know, man. Shit. I can't even tell. It should be a double X, but shit, I ain't worn it forever.
Bro, you're going to look like your shoulder's about to start chafing.
I was looking at that like, God dang. Like,
you look, I mean, it makes you look huge.
I've been working out, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna buy these smaller shirts and then tell him I've been working out.
Hell
So
yeah.
next time I show up on the podcast, he can be like, "Oh shit."
Yep.
No, I know all this shit. I know all these tricks.
It's 10 push-ups a day and 4 pull-ups, and then just try to eat healthy.
This is how you do a before and after pic in the same day. Is where the bag your shit.
Hell no. Shit, it does feel kind of snug though. I didn't lose my other ones.
No, but you look, but it makes you look bigger, right?
Shit, I'm 250 fucking pounds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So did it? Okay. Cheers.
Oh, indeed. To our new renowned, finally in stone title, Surratt and Chris.
Yeah, we got a
therapy podcast.
Surratt and Chris's movie therapy podcast.
Indeed.
Write it down. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to write it down. Make sure. But ooh, that's good. This one tastes just straight Welch's apple juice.
That one, out of all the cans that you showed on the show so far,
yep,
that one actually catches my attention the most.
Why?
I don't know why. It just did. That's why I asked if it was the first can that you showed, because of the similarities, but the difference.
So, okay, but which one did you like better, the first or the second? This is the second.
No,
this is the first one.
Yeah, the light blue one. Like I said, I don't know why, because it looks really, really plain.
Yeah, it looks pale. It's like the light ain't even catching it right.
Yeah, like the other ones you've had like really, really flashy colors, and you know, like you said, they spent some money on their labeling. That one just looks like shit.
Yeah, it looked like the tail end of the ink. Like we gotta replace the roll.
Man,
that's like when you if you work at a cash register and the receipt's starting to run out, you're like, oh damn, we gotta replace this shit.
Man.
All right. So So did Dune live up to the poster?
No, in my opinion, it did not live up to the poster. It did not live up to the hype. However, I do think it's a good movie. And that's after the second time.
Elaborate a little more.
Well, because the first time I saw the movie, I think I was too, to be completely honest, too, what's I'm looking for? Like, I felt like the movie was too realistic without trying to be realistic. And the reason why I say that is because certain names that they, you know, the Fremen, that's almost like sound like the Freemen, black people. Well, they was all mixtures, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they were like the vigilantes or the not slaves, but whatever. But either way, they weren't like civilized people.
Yeah.
And then they were called the Fremen, which also could be freemen. And then when the name of the country was called Arrakis.
Yeah.
This is close to Iraqis, you know what I'm saying? And it's in the desert. And then you know, in the beginning scene when their house accepts the challenge to go over there and get the spice and create like a better living area for the Fremen, it all felt like it was like going to war all over again for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially since you was over in Iraq.
Yeah. And that's why I said I think I was too internally into it. Like, this is kind of too familiar to be a movie. You know, so I think that was my problem the first time watching it.
Well, so it's weird because, like, again, like I've never seen the original, so I don't know if the way all the names and all those things like that, like, I don't know if it really has anything to do with that, because I think the original was made in like the 70s, 70s or 80s, and like we wasn't really, I don't know, maybe the Iraqi stuff wasn't prevalent then, so I mean, it could literally just be like in reality, you know, or real life imitating art.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the movie, but it was not nearly as action packed as I thought it was going to be. I think looking at it, I expected like kind of like Star Wars, like action packed. All this. It was more like a political thriller. Yeah,
and you know, I think what my greatest disappointment was, in my opinion, you know, obviously to the viewers and listeners, this is my opinion. There was not one really good fight scene.
Okay, so but here's the thing.
Okay,
here's the thing. Okay, we're just gonna jump into spoilers since we all know how we feel.
Yeah,
I think the reason why it wasn't that is because, I mean, the ending of this movie, it's pretty obvious part 2 is coming.
Yeah,
because it almost just ended.
Yeah.
And so like it felt like just the first half of the movie, like they're building up, and now all that other good stuff is gonna come.
I mean, it has to come, but I mean, I don't want to compare movies because every movie tells its own story. But let's think about the Raid Redemption for a minute. The very first Raid.
Yeah.
Every fight scene in that movie was better than the one before. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever wrote it and choreographed it, because the first fight scene was like, oh shit. Then the second was like, oh shit. Then the third was like, oh, like it kept getting better, better, better.
Yeah.
I felt like at least 2 fight scenes out of the whole movie that should have been great was when Jason Momoa closed himself in there to fight off the people. And when the black dude challenged the son because he didn't accept him.
At the end, the last
those two fight scenes should have been up here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they were, in my opinion, vital parts of the movie, and they just didn't deliver. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so you know how the dude, well, first of all, his name is Paul.
Yeah. Shit.
All these crazy names in the movie. This dude's name is Paul.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. You know what? I'm okay. I gotta say it. There was so many simple references in there in a futuristic movie, like when he's talking to his dad in the graveyard, and he's like, "Grandfather was a bullfighter." This movie is 10,171, whatever you want to call it, and you're talking about granddad was a bullfighter. That had to be like 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see one animal in the damn movie. Where the hell were the bulls?
Look, they just threw me off. Like, wait a minute. Yeah. What are they trying to get at? Because bullfighting is a Mexican sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge. I'm not going to quote it.
I don't know. Maybe Spaniard.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so are they trying to give like a background so type of people that they are? But at the same time, it's the year is 10,000 whatever. And they're flying in dragonfly type aircrafts and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where's the bullfight? So Paul, like that shit like that, like it threw me off, but I'll let you make a statement.
Well, the thing is, hold on, give me 1 second. Ryu's literally going to his bowl and he's staring at me because there's no water in it.
I told you, leave the toilet bowl open.
He literally he got short legs. He can't reach a toilet bowl.
You're short too, shit.
I can go on my tippy toes. He can't. But anyways, Paul, he had, you know how he could see visions. Mm-hmm. He sees stuff in the future. So there was that one where it was like the dudes in like the white suits and they're all fighting, and they had one that was like flipping over people with a knife and doing all these like crazy things. Then the mask opened it up and it was him.
Mm-hmm.
So you expected him to be this crazy fighter, because even when he was training, and you know damn well when the camera went wide and it was a stunt man and the stunt man was doing these crazy spins, you expected him to do more when he was fighting. That's the one thing I don't like is when it goes wide and it's obviously a stunt man.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing all this awesome shit, and then it goes up close to like the actor. Like, I don't know if he knows how to throw a punch. Just by looking at how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I've always noticed, and I noticed it. I don't mean to call her out, but I noticed it with Scarlett Johansson.
Oh snap! Okay.
I forget which movie it was. I want to say it might have been like one of the early Avengers movies, or whatever. But there's something where when it was wide with the stunt woman, she was just doing all these like spins and turning stuff around. Mm-hmm. And then when it zoomed in on Scarlett Johansson, when she was throwing punches, she looked like she was like putting everything into one punch. Like she's gritting her teeth, like, and just like, but when it was wide with the stunt woman, they're not putting all that energy into one punch. They're being real like technical with it. So it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, I want to make it look like I'm really trying to punch them. Mm-hmm. That doesn't match up with what the stunt person's doing. Mm-hmm. So they're like, it's like the old, like even when you watch like old Power Rangers stuff.
You know what? You just threw me off with that one.
What?
Because as crazy as it sounds, I really thought the Power Rangers were fighting.
You didn't realize it was just old Japanese videos?
Actually, no, I did.
Yeah. It's just they take old Japanese like footage, and then they just shoot the stuff with the actors separately, and they use the old Japanese footage when they're in the suits.
Oh shit.
Which is crazy because like in the earlier seasons, you'll see that like with the actors, like the fighting is just kind of and then all of a sudden it goes to when they're in the suits, and like the fighting is really good. But then as the seasons get better, the footage in the suits is still older.
No, I'm stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you can be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I have to say it after. But when in the seasons that are later, the scenes with the suits is older, so the fighting is still kind of like an older style.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're in their street clothes fighting and they're doing like crazy ass fighting, you're like, okay, why don't it match up?
Oh, see, okay. Yes, I was a child when it came out. Power Rangers was that show, for us. But I felt like when they threw the suits on, they became stronger and better. So their fighting style was actually better. That's why they morphed into.
No, but I mean, it makes sense, like in the show.
I mean, because when they're fighting the putties and everything in their regular clothes, they're gonna ask, so like, no, we gotta. It's morphin' time, and then they start coming back whooping ass. Like, yes, I mean, now that you mention it, the people that was in the suits was like real martial arts people. Those fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I know. That's why I said this is gonna sound real stupid, but
you know what? Then they did their job right.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm 36 years old, I just figured that shit out. Like, oh shit, that wasn't the same people. Because I swore Tommy was like a black belt and fucking.
Well, he is. Well, in real life, he was like a black belt. He has his own like martial arts school. I think he's.
I mean, but did he have it back then, or was he still training? Oh, okay.
I think he had it back then too.
Okay.
But But yeah, so so the movie itself felt very much just like the first half of a story. Mm-hmm. So, and that's the thing. So with the raid, like you can see, like they made that first movie as in this is this is the movie, mm-hmm. and after it does so well, they're like, okay, let's make part 2. Where this one, it felt very clearly like, okay, we're gonna make part 1 of part 2, so we're not gonna put everything in yet because mm-hmm. we're gonna save it for part 2. But yeah,
see, this is the way I feel. I only want to see part 2 because I saw part 1.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
I mean, but if it was a regular movie and then they had part 2 coming out,
yeah,
it's like yeah, I'll catch it when it comes on DVD.
Yeah, because you know how like Pirates of the Caribbean, like each movie builds on itself, but each movie itself it can stand on its own. I don't feel like this movie can stand on its own. Even though I liked a bunch of the stuff with it, and I actually liked the movie, mm-hmm. but it can't stand on its own.
No.
I can literally see people walking out of this movie like, yo, that was fucking boring. Yeah, that ending was dumb.
But I think obviously they did it that way for a reason, because you have to come see the other one now. You know what I'm saying?
But who's gonna bother? Why would I see the second one if I didn't really like the first one?
Because the way it ended. Because as a viewer, I was still interested in the movie. Like it definitely kept my attention.
Yeah.
But there was just some things that should have been like a hyped up part that wasn't.
Yeah.
Other things. Like I still want to know what happened to the witch. The was it the emperor with the big ass shoulders and shit?
The bald-headed dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was
emperor, right?
Yeah, because he didn't die.
Yeah.
After everyone, after he took the bite out the capsule and spit out the thing, everyone else died.
Yeah.
I don't know how that shit reached everyone else. Was only because the dude said he had to bite it like when he was close to him.
Mm-hmm. I guess because he was that strong, so it still affected him because he was hiding in the corner.
No, I understand that, but like when the doctor gave him the capsule, he said he had to bite him when he was close to him, mm-hmm. so that it could hit him. But when he bit it, all the other people in the room died.
Yeah,
you didn't have to be that close.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You play God of War, right?
Yeah.
I think it's oh shit, you're right. It's either the first one or the second one where Kronos is the one carrying Pandora's back on him in the desert.
It's been so long ago, I don't remember.
Yeah, but he reminded me of like that character from God of War.
Yeah.
Just as Kronos was like, he didn't have the belly, but as far as the head and shoulders and everything,
yeah,
that's what it looked like.
You know who the actor was, right?
That's I know him from the dad from Thor.
No, that's not Anthony Hopkins.
No, not Thor's dad. His girlfriend's dad. Shit, what's her name? The scientist.
That wasn't her dad. He was just another scientist.
I thought it was her dad. Shit.
No.
It's been a little while. Hey, it's been a little while, man. Shit.
Yeah, you had the actor right, but
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Stellan Skarsgård. Actually, his son, Bill Skarsgård, played Pennywise in It.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that whole family, man. Stellan is the dad, Bill and Alexander are the sons. Like Alexander Skarsgård is jacked. He was in what movie was it? He's in a lot of movies, but he was in like the new Tarzan movie. Yeah, a bunch of other ones, but
okay.
What do you think of like the production value, like how everything was designed?
Actually, no, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought everything that was good. Excuse me. You talking about
just like the look of the movie, the costumes, the suits, all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it felt like it definitely was futuristic, but not the outfits themselves weren't too futuristic.
Yeah.
Besides the fact of what they could do, like make your sweat water so that you can keep moving and everything else.
Yeah.
But and then even the gowns for the women, the face mask the queen wore and everything. Yeah. I thought all that was cool. Like I thought that fit the movie. Like I had no problem with the wardrobe.
Yeah, I like the look of the movie. The only thing is, like, it's supposed to be like this big civilization, right? Mm-hmm. And like, okay, so the emperor, whatever, was taking one civilization or one group of people, whoever was running that planet, I forget those guys' name. He was taking them out and having the new guys come in and start and take over the planet. But in reality, it was just a ploy because they were all going to get slaughtered.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. It felt like war. Because I remember when we were getting deployed, okay, 4th ID, you guys are up next to go and relieve whoever was there before us. And we get there, we got to get briefed by the people that were there before us. Like, what was his name? The black dude that betrayed him. his eyes turned white when he got there before them. Oh gosh. He was like a commanding general or something like that. Or like I can't think of his name, but he was a black dude, older dude, the white hair, and he was almost like kind of psychic a little bit.
Honestly, I don't remember.
But
I don't know why I don't remember him.
Yeah, but either way, it just felt like felt like going to war all over again. You get there and you send some of your troops before your main troops get there to go talk to the locals and talk to people that's already there, exchange information, see what you got to do. So when the real army gets here, okay, this is the mission now. You know what I'm saying?
So real. I don't know if this is subliminal, but you remember the South Park movie?
Yeah, Bigger, Better, Uncut.
Yeah. Operation Hide Behind the Darkies.
Yeah.
When they send Chef and all the black people in there first.
Yeah.
Now, when they all went in there to take over the room, whatever, you notice like all the soldiers that went in there first were wearing black. Then all of a sudden, the soldiers wearing white came down.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit, Operation Hide Behind the Dark.
Oh shit. Your ass is crazy.
I just started laughing my ass. I was like, oh shit, they did it here too.
Oh man. That's funny as hell.
Dude, I was like,
see, this is why we do this podcast, to point out random shit like this.
I started crying. I was like, okay, these guys are coming in with the fucking in the black, and then like their whole troops, like whatever, the troops that they were training, they're all fighting them off and whatever. And then all of a sudden the dudes in white came down from behind, landed behind them. And as soon as they came in there, they took everyone out. I was like, okay, the white saviors are coming in. But at the same time, I was like, oh shit, Operation Hide Behind the Darkies.
But shit, they came in, the people they came to get was hiding in the sand. You talking about that part, right?
No. It's when before Paul and his mom escaped. Right after his dad got. Yeah.
Because they was up there drinking tea or whatever. Am I right? And they came down and all the people were hiding in the sand.
No. So it's like the guys in black were like, it looked like they were walking up like almost up the stairs. and the other guys, the other troops were sitting there, and they come down and they're all fighting them, whatever. And as they're fighting, they're like holding their own. Then all of a sudden, behind them, a bunch of guys in white came down.
Oh, okay,
and they
okay,
came in
yeah.
and like surrounded them and then started taking them out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. It was kind of egregious. I was like, oh, because it was literally these troops against all the black dudes, and they were just kind of holding their own, just doing okay. Then all the white dudes came down and just took them all out.
Yeah,
I was just like, God damn.
That's funny as hell.
But you're gonna watch it back and you were like, oh shit, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I really, like, aside from all like the dichotomy of the war and all that stuff, I really felt like the message of this movie was about taking your place in this world and someone trying to come to terms with what their role in this world is. Which I could like not that I can relate to it. But at the same time, I just thought it was like a really like cerebral message that like it's about this kid who's like got this choice to make. He isn't sure which way to make it, and then like the universe makes that choice for it.
Well, let's go back to the beginning of the movie. I don't know if you remember it, but the very, very beginning, before like the movie starts, there's basically a sign that comes across my screen, and it said dreams. It say dreams are a message of the deep or a warning of the deep, something like that.
Yeah, it was even before like the titles and shit came up, right?
Yeah. I just heard that too.
Yeah, so just a little window security.
All
right, go ahead.
But yeah, so dreams are a message of the deep. That's what I think it said. So if you say, the message of the movie was finding your place in this world and, where you fit in and everything else.
Yeah.
If you go back to the beginning line, everybody has dreams, especially in their children. They got dreams of being a doctor or an astronaut or, a pilot or whatever it is they think that they're dreaming. They're dreaming big as children.
Yeah.
And then, they go through life and things happen. And those dreams slowly but surely start getting pushed away till you forget you even had dreams. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how your life goes.
Yeah.
So I guess on that note, his dreams kept manifesting themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a matter of fact, with that being said, do you think that's just a part of life? Because we all have our own dreams. Mm-hmm. And do you think throughout your life, your dreams show themselves in different ways, but because of however life might have went, you just don't remember?
I feel like your dreams are kind of just, they kind of tell you what kind of person you are. Like some people dream of being a cop, some people dream of being an astronaut. When I was younger, I wanted to be a magician. Like it kind of just tells you your dreams when you're younger, to me, kind of just it isn't necessarily what you're meant to do. It's just, it highlights how big you allow your mind to go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like some people, when they're younger, they dream about being an NBA player, stuff like that. Like, and some people dream about being doctors and shit. I just feel like it's, as a child, you're like, it shows how the scope of where you're thinking as a child. Then as you get older, you start to realize it's not that your dreams are going away. It's just that your dreams change. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't give a lot of credit to. They think that because you had this dream when you were a child, that's what you should be aiming for your entire life. To me, there's nothing wrong with, well, I had a dream when I was younger. I have a different dream now.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that concept of it because, you get older, you start thinking a little different. You've obviously seen some things, you've been some places, and you're not thinking like an 8-year-old. Like like you want to be a Fruity Pebbles taste tester. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I used to want to be a video game tester.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. And even though, because as a child, you a gamer, like I want to do this, but you got older, things happen, you started going other places, see other things. And it's not saying that you can't be a video game tester now. It's just you were exposed and experienced other different things. Like, you know what? I think I want to do this now. You know what I'm saying? But life caused you to change your way of thinking, or your way of dreaming, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And I guess what I'm getting at is some people that have dreams of dreaming big when they're young. You know, like let's just say Michael Jordan. Maybe he dreamt he's gonna be the biggest basketball player ever to play the game.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he was able to hold on to that dream forever and did it. And then you got people that who can I use? I don't even know. Somebody Joe Smo that thought about being an astronaut, but something happened in third, fourth grade that changed their life, and now they breach horses. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so there's this. Okay, I got an example for that. So this dude Eddie Wong. I don't know if you ever watched like Vice or stuff like that, but Eddie Wong, like
I know the name.
Yeah, so he was like a. I don't know if he was I think he was a chef and stuff like that. Oh, you know what? Not even Eddie Wong. I'll do Eddie Wong. So he was a chef or whatever. He went to school to become a lawyer, and like he was going through like law school and all this different stuff. And I think he graduated or whatever, and then it was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So he stopped all that stuff. He ended up opening up like a bow shop, and now he's like a writer, and the book about his life is what they turned into Fresh Off the Boat, the TV show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like he thought his goal was to become a lawyer and do all this stuff, and then life hits you, things change. You're like, no, like I want to do this thing instead.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, if you look at me and you, like I don't know what dreams you had, growing up, but I know when I met you, we were working at an ice cream factory.
Yeah.
And you were second on the floor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
There was only one person above you, whatever. Either way, it wasn't a bad gig. It was working. Everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? But then your passion or your hobby was you would sew clothes to go wrestle.
Well, that's the thing. So my goal in life, so I had a great paying job. My same job my parents used. They've built an entire life for me and my brothers off of that job. I won't ever knock it. But then my goal, my childhood dream was to become a professional wrestler. And then I just did sewing clothes on the side. And then next thing you know, I make my childhood dream to work for the WWE, but not what I dreamed about.
Yeah.
I'm there sewing clothes, but I love what I do.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But then at the same time, like even that, like, okay, I'm working at the WWE, I'm traveling the country, traveling the world, hanging out with my friends, playing video games. And it's like, it should be goal accomplished, but no, like I always said, my passion is telling stories. So look where we are right now, recording, telling stories. Like, so things change. Yeah.
It's almost like Monsters Inc. or Monsters University. How they want to get to be like the head monsters, because they got kicked out of college. They still made it to the corporation or whatever. Yeah. But they had to start in the mailroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still made it. So it's like, it's just funny. Because I never thought I'd be a truck driver. Yeah. I went to school for communication. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna be like a news anchor or into writing stories. So I love to write, you know what I'm saying? And shit, life happened. You
became a hood rat, and now you're a truck driver.
Hey, man. Hood rats get the job done, you know what I'm saying? What Manny Fresh say? I love a little hooded rat. That's a fact, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
Dude, could you imagine being a kid and just being told, like, hey, this whole empire is going to be yours. Like, as long as you want it. Like that was a dope, like the speech that his dad gave him was dope because, this is all pretty much all going to be yours if you want it. But if you don't, like, you're still all I ever needed you to be, which is my son.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like, like
there was no pressure, but there's pressure.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's no pressure. There's no pressure, but like, just know that everything you want in life isn't going to change what I've always wanted from you. You're my son.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of kids feel like they need to live up to their parents' expectation. I for sure know I was supposed to, or I was told to, Fuck, they wanted me. My mom said you need to go to college to be an engineer. She don't even know what an engineer is. She just told me to go to college to be an engineer because that's a word she heard that, okay, that means this person accomplished something.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't even really accept me wrestling and me sewing and all that stuff until I got hired by WWE. That's 15 years of me doing this thing that they were just like, okay, it's a phase. He'll pass.
But it's also 15 years of you holding on to that dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, you might not be in the ring on the mic talking shit to everybody.
Yeah.
But you made it to WWE.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's so what I always asked myself, like, what was my dream? Was it to be a professional wrestler or the WWE, or was it to work for WWE? I'm not sure. I know I loved wrestling because it's encapsulated everything I always want to do in life: acting, stunt work, just being creative, doing all that shit. Like I did that when I was wrestling, so it was everything I like to do. But I think my goal was always to work for the WWE, and I got there. So
yeah,
yeah,
even though getting there is even a funny story, but hey,
yeah,
you got there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Fucking one of the things about desert movies that I always find unrealistic. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Like sand never blows in anyone's food.
Bullshit, hell. Well, in the movies, yeah. But in real life, shit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. In real life, it all the time. You go to the beach, you try to eat some shit, sand blows in it. But you in the movies, then sand never blows in anyone's food.
Yeah.
I was watching. I don't know why I thought of that. Because
I thought about maybe on Trip 2, because you said you bring that up. They had all this gear on, but I don't remember their eyes being covered.
No, it was because it was all like up to their necks, and then they would have like the
Sub-Zero face mask and shit.
Their eyes weren't covered.
Yeah, which I thought that's the main thing you want covered in the desert.
Except the witches had the veil. That's about it. Okay.
I thought that was kind of weird too. Like, okay, they're in the desert. You got to protect your eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I liked the fact that they used because it's so easy to take a science fiction movie like this and just make it all about like crazy creatures, war, like all this crazy stuff. Like, oh, this is science.
Yeah.
Or this is science fiction. But the fact that they made it a political thriller, I actually like that a lot.
Okay.
I like taking different genres and putting them in different situations.
I can dig that.
Like I'm trying to think of like what would be a good scenario to make a martial arts movie. Like taking the martial arts movie feel and stuff and putting it into a different type of movie.
This is gonna sound really, really crazy.
Go ahead.
Imagine taking either Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood and making a martial arts film.
I'd be all for that. I would be all for that. Like a hood, like an actual hood martial arts movie. Yeah. Yeah, like the gangs run up on you.
Yeah. And instead of them just fist fighting and being they square up and they're kicking and punching and people are jumping off roofs and shit.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to one of the guys at work the other day, and I said, imagine if they took the concept of the movie Bloodsport, but they're like video games. Like it's like a video game tournament, but like you show people from around the world training, doing all their training to get ready. Then everyone gets invited to this. The best players in the world get invited to this tournament in this underground tournament somewhere.
Didn't they do that with Mortal Kombat or Men of Tai Chi?
Yeah, no, but that's all fighting. No, this is video games.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody's got to descend on this underground place, and it's just like this cutthroat fucking video game competition where like people are getting killed and stuff like that.
Oh,
all this shit. But it's
you're playing video games to live.
Yeah, it's just like a no holds barred video game tournament. Like there's people betting, they're doing all this shit, but it's video games.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Because I remember I forget who I was talking to, but I was saying that like I haven't seen a good video game movie in a while.
When was the last one or the last good one? Because they don't make many video game movies.
I feel like The Wizard is to me, The Wizard is the last like really good video game movie.
Or Ready Player One.
To me, that's not a video game movie.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's more of a pop culture movie than it's a video game movie.
Okay. I think I'm going back and forth because of all the video game references.
So it's got the video game and the simulation and stuff like that. But like, that's all. How do I put this? To me, that's more social media than it is video games. But it's all like futuristic and stuff like this. And then all the pop culture references and the video game references in there were all for nostalgia. Like, like in the game, it's funny. So like, one of the things is, when the Iron Giant is walking around in the movie. So in the book, it's actually Voltron.
So Voltron came from the plane, didn't he?
No, Voltron was the 5 lions. They get together and now form the head.
Okay, what about he was Gundam. Never mind. When he came from the plane.
You're thinking when they're playing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah.
But like, I'm talking about an actual like video game movie where, hey, we're going to play PlayStation. It's not some futuristic virtual reality thing that they make all these different weird things in the movie and you're like, oh, okay, that's a futuristic video game. No, like we're going to play Sega Genesis. We're going to go play PlayStation and actual like competing on video games that are available right now. I can't think of one that's like that.
No.
Except for because have you ever seen The Wizard? The Wizard is this older movie where like this kid, he's like a savant with the video games, and like they go on like a road trip to go get to this video game tournament. Along the road trip, they run into a guy, like all of a sudden he pulls out a suitcase, he flips open the suitcase and he pulls out the power glove, and he starts playing. He's playing him with the power glove and shit like that. And at the end of the movie, they're playing and they're like, okay, it's the end of the tournament. So all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're playing a game that no one's ever played before, and it's Super Mario 3. The first time anyone's ever seen Super Mario 3, so they're like, oh shit, they gotta figure it out. And yeah, it's fucking dope.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like again, with this movie, it's like because it's only one half. For me, I feel like it's only one half of a movie.
Like you can't make a full judgment.
Yeah, because
I feel the same way.
Yeah, one, if somebody says this movie was boring, I'll be like, okay, I can understand that because there wasn't much going on in the movie. But okay, no, this is the point I was trying to make before, is that you have these one empire moving out, another one moving in, and like supposed to be all these people around, but the movie always felt like there was only 3 people on the screen at the same time. I know there was more, but like it always felt like very intimate, even though it was this like big grand movie.
Yeah, I did like the hand signals.
Oh, when they were doing like it, because it was sign language, but it wasn't really sign language, right?
Yeah, it was like for instance when she's meeting, I guess her maid or what it's gonna be, and she has a knife on her.
Yeah,
and she signals to the guy, not yet, but then when she pulls the knife out, she says, "Get ready for violence." Yeah, and it's just like, yo, if you could really communicate that way, that easy, just with simple, you know what I'm saying?
Even when they got caught, and she was like, "Hey, that guy's deaf." Like, yeah, no hand signals. Yeah, no, it was good. So, all right, so Paul's got he's next in line to take over this whole thing. The dad, he doesn't actually want to go in there and like do what the Empire wants. He wants to go in there. He wants to befriend the natives, so that because he knows how strong they are. Yeah, so they can try to uprise.
Yeah, he's not going for violence. He just wants to get his. What he said he wants. They had air power. They had water power. They needed desert power. Yeah. So he just wants to go and like do his part to be friends with them. Yeah. To get whatever he can get and keep it cool.
Yeah, exactly. So that one. Yeah. So he can get, and then so they'll all be on his side.
Mm-hmm.
when if anything ever goes down. But like after they all get fucking run on, like him and Paul and his mom escape. Probably one of the most unrealistic fucking escapes I've ever seen in my life.
You talking about when they're in the helicopter?
Yeah, and then they're in the fucking desert, the sandstorm.
I thought the same thing until I rewatched it again.
Elaborate.
Because obviously they're flying through a desert storm, and you're not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? But he goes into his dreams of talking to the black dude that he ends up killing later on, and he's saying, he said, people. What do he say? People mistake life of being a problem they have to solve, versus it's just a reality to experience. Yeah. And when he said that, he knew he couldn't fight the sand dune, so he just let it go. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but like it didn't look like there was it. Like they're literally sitting still, and then all of a sudden it cuts wide, and the fucking helicopter is like
spinning the air,
spinning like crazy. And they're just sitting there like, "Come on, man! I rode a roller coaster. That shit don't go like that."
Shit, yeah, for real. I mean, like I said, because the first time I seen it, I was like, okay, but then after the second time I seen it, I was like, okay, cool. And now it makes a little more sense. You know what I'm saying?
Way more forgiving than me. Not in that scenario. Like,
no, I'm just saying.
The mom should have been up on the fucking thing with her hands out, like, "Yo, this shit's spinning. We about to crash." But they were just sitting there like,
all cool. That's a cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when are they gonna cut so I can get some of the ribs over there on the table?
I felt for the doctor, the one Asian dude in the movie.
Oh,
I felt for him.
Yeah, he was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
his character.
Because like, even when he was getting screwed over, because like he did what he did, so he turned his back on the. First of all, I mean, this is a little late in saying this, but yeah, if you're listening to this right now, you pretty much know what goes on in the movie, so you might want to go watch the movie before you.
We just jump right into it.
Yeah, but yeah, so like he turns his back on the family because the dude captured his wife. Was it his wife and kid or just his wife? It was just his wife.
I think just his wife.
Yeah, and he said that he had to turn his back and do all this stuff to kill him in order to get his wife back. Then he ended up getting screwed over.
Yeah, they killed him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, you're making deals with devils. You can't expect anything less than that.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
No, would be in his position.
I don't know if I'd allow myself to get to the point where I'm in that position. I don't know. Because I wish they had showed how they got a hold of dude's wife.
Yeah, true.
Because it just literally just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's like a side jab that just like, oh snap, where that came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then even in his betrayal, he's still trying to save him. Like, I'm gonna change your tooth out with this. He took his ring for the son because he knew he was gonna die. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean,
and he still got he got that pack onto the helicopter before he did all this. I was like, man, this dude got a lot done in about 15 minutes. I had this motherfucker pull a tooth out, put a new one in.
That ninja status, man. Y'all know who you guys are.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
That's whenever people talk shit about Asians, I'm like, listen, we are known for being sneaky ninjas who could fuck people up with our finger. Like, can't beat that.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Did you know I was reading? So I've studied like the history of ninjas. That sounds like the most stereotypical thing I've ever said.
I've studied the history of fried chicken. No, I'm joking. I ain't studied shit, but I know how to make buttermilk, Cajun style, regular fried, naked flour, all of that.
Goddamn! I'm gonna have to send you a book about frying chicken now.
Oh shit! Hold on, wait. Don't tell me you got one, because I was joking.
No, I should. I've been trying to come up with my own fried chicken recipe. So, like, I should find one. But anyways, so I was studying about this is gonna be completely off topic, but I was studying about like the history of ninjas, where they come from and stuff like that. And like, ninjas weren't necessarily about assassinations, even though they did assassinations. They were more like spies. like espionage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to be technical, Jason Bourne is a ninja.
Hmm.
And I was like, now I started watching the Bourne movies. I'm like, okay, yeah, he is. He does everything that ninjas do. It's just he's more like a modern ninja. He's hiding in plain sight versus hiding in the shadows. So I just thought that was like a dope little like aside that I learned about ninjas, and we brought up Asian culture.
Yeah, well, most of what we learn is what we see from movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's up to us to do our own research. You hear that, viewers and listeners? No matter what somebody tells you, what you see, investigate that shit on your own.
Yeah.
Find the origin and where it came from, what it really means. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Watch whatever movie we talk about, go watch it for yourself and make your own judgment. Just see if it lines up with us.
Yeah. And then
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, we have our own life experiences of things we've gone through. You know, they make our point of view, unique to us.
Yeah.
You got your own unique view. So use that to see how these movies affect you.
Yeah. And of course, there's always more than one way to look at something. Always a different angle.
Yeah. I wish so again, because this felt like it was just the first half of a movie. That's why one of the things I didn't like was I wish I had learned more about the desert people, the Freeman.
See, I think that's going to come in the second one.
Yeah, I understand, but I wish I had learned more about them in this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. What do you think about the ending? Just the fight that you said wasn't all that.
No, because even the whole buildup of it, where I don't know his name, but I know he was in the last Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was in one of the James Bond movies.
Oh, Javier Bardem.
Okay, yeah. And I think he's a great actor. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
And even he's like, okay, the boy we can use, but the woman, she's too old, she can't be taught. But she ends up roughing him up, and he's like, okay, you know what? Let it go. They're with us. Let it be.
Yeah.
And the black dude's like, you speak like a leader, but I'm the strongest. And I'm just like, well, if you were the strongest, why don't you step up? You know what I'm saying? That was my thought process.
Well, he also said that he goes, no, I'm not following you. She just overtook you. So technically she's leading right now.
Oh,
I'm not following this shit. So that's why he tried to say, okay, if that's the case, then I'm stepping up and I'm gonna challenge for this leadership now.
Yeah. But even so, he was just like, don't do this. He's like, just let it be what it is. And he wasn't having it. Because even when he stepped up, the mom dropped the shit like, you want to go too? Like, she was ready, like, hey, whatever, we can do this, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the mom was cold because all of a sudden you find out that her having a son was this full long plan about this prophet, the savior, shit like that. They told her just have a daughter. First of all, I don't know how you tell someone just have a daughter.
Yeah, like she can control what the fuck is going on the side there. Like, yeah.
Exactly. But then they have this son, she goes out and has this son because she wants to create this next savior or something like that. And then, she's married and doing all this stuff, but then she's like,
nah, she wasn't married, remember? Because she's laying next to the king. He said, I should have married you.
Oh, they weren't married? Maybe
no.
I missed it.
Look, when I heard it the first time, and I was like, huh? But then I heard it again the second time, and I was like, oh,
so
they weren't married.
You're right, because I remember the dude said, you lost your son, you lost your concubine. So I remember hearing that. Okay, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was just she was like a spy or a schemer this entire time.
Yeah. Because I did find it kind of interesting, which I think is taken for granted in everyday people, where she takes her son to go meet the witch or whatever, and she has his hand in there to cause pain. And she says, the witch says something to the fact of he has two birthrights. He's not only his son. Like, oh shit. If you think about, because everything's in households, everything comes from the father. You know what I'm saying? But wait, where did that mother come from? You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know if she meant that. Well, I feel like she meant that as, you're not just one birthright is you're your father's son, but the other birthright is you were meant to do this other thing. So that's why I have you here going through this, because I got to see if you're capable of doing this other thing that you were supposed to be meant to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like in everyday society, everything is put on from the father. You know what I'm saying? The father leaves the house, the mother follows, the kids fall in line, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But if you think about back in the day, when the king had a prince, his prince married another king's princess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To keep royalty going.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how it all happened or how it changed or whatever. But of course, the king takes over. But if you think about it, you know, your mom, your dad, my mom, my dad, you know, I mean, I came from a single parent home, so I only know one birthright.
Yeah.
But you know, if you want to be technical, I actually do have two.
Well, the thing is,
you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, see, I don't think the birthright is necessarily your lineage or your parentage. So like, yeah, like, okay, so for one, I say, yeah, you do have two birthrights. One is your birthright is your mother's son.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second one is you're the man of the house. Like you're because you're the oldest brother. Like that's my birthright. I'm the man of the house. I'm the one that takes care of all this shit.
That's about me in particular or in general?
You in particular.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think whenever I hear the word birthright, I don't necessarily think it goes towards parentage. I just think to me, birthright is almost what you're meant to do.
Yeah, it's then like when I think about it, it's like you're meant to take over when your parents are either dead or decide to retire.
Yeah.
Like you think about these companies, you know what I'm saying? And when the head boss is ready to step down, he doesn't step down until he realizes his son, not his daughter, is ready to step into place.
Yeah, but why don't they do the daughter? I know that sounds kind of woke, but like, why not the daughter?
Okay, this is again my 2 cents, because I feel like,
dude, by saying this is my 2 cents, I find like we're about to hear some 1950s like psychology.
Hey man,
or sociology.
It's my sociology. I don't know where it's coming from, but shit. I feel like women were always made to be sacred. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to take it to a sexual explanation, women have to let men look, think about this for a minute. You're laughing, but I'm serious.
Why did I should have just known it was going to become sexual at some point with you.
Hey,
okay, go ahead.
Sex and alcohol, they go together very, very well. No, but no, a woman has to let a man enter her body.
Yeah.
A man cannot enter that one's body unless he forcefully does it or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she has to let him, which means, of course, the man can't reproduce without the woman. And if she doesn't accept you, then you ain't reproducing shit. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's always the man because he originally is carrying the children, but the woman has to produce it. She has to nurture it. She has to make it form inside of her. You know what I'm saying?
What's this got to do with corporations? I'm saying, what's a woman? Why is it always the son that's got to take over the corporation, not the woman?
Because you just fucked me over that one, because I was going somewhere. I really was. I was going somewhere.
I'm listening. I'm like, okay.
No, I was really going somewhere. Like it was going to be like a whole stair step thing, and then make sense. But I guess long story short, it's it's the man, because shit, I don't fucking know now. Shit, I don't know. Because the woman has to be protected. The man's supposed to be able to take the hits. So if something goes wrong, it's on his shoulders. You got to protect the woman.
Yeah, I feel like, over the years, the male or the men have been tasked with the tough jobs.
Yeah,
like you're the front line. You're the last line of defense. You're the guy that you need to take the hard shots.
It's funny you say that, because I was asked the question, do I think women belong on the front line in the military? Yep. And I said no. And it's not because they're a woman, it's because they're a distraction. Because it's in the man. I don't care who you are. Yeah. You're going to always look after a woman more than you would another dude.
I can see that.
Because it's in us to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it comes from, whatever the case may be, it's in a man to protect the woman. So if you're all on the front line lined to go fight this battle, and you got a little feeling for Joanne over here, you know what I'm saying? If you see Joanne getting attacked, but you know your whole squad is about to get taken the fuck out. No, Joanne has my heart. I can go save her. Okay, you're gonna save that one, but you just lost 15. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna run over there to help Joanne. Joanne like, fuck you, I don't need no man.
she's like, I don't like y'all like Rufus. You know what I'm saying? But shit. But yeah, it's just like not because they can't do the job. It's because they're a distraction. Like when it comes to hostile situations.
So is that a distraction, or is that I think men have a tendency to prioritize the safety of women over other men because instinctually for me, he's got it. He's cool. He can handle it.
Yeah.
So instinctually, I'm going to go make sure the women and children are safe first before I go take care of Adam or Chad or.
Look at Titanic. All women and children are both first. Men, whoever makes it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an unwritten law that's just a part of the world.
Yeah. I think it's just I want to go on a boat where I'm like, fuck y'all. I got dreams.
as the band plays. Like shit, fuck that.
I'm like, hey, Celine Dion, go sing. We get on this boat.
Oh shit,
man. I don't know. Yeah. I thought I'm curious to see what. Again, me and you have not seen the older movie, whatever. I'm curious to see what. What's the girl name? The girl from Spider-Man.
Zendaya.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what her role becomes after. Because I thought she had a really interesting role. She's the girl that this dude's been dreaming of. He's never met before, but he's seen her in her dreams, and all of a sudden he finds her. I mean, first of all, she was cold. She was like, "Yo, I wasn't gonna let you hurt my people." Yeah. But yeah, I'm curious to see what her role evolves into.
Yeah, especially the battlefield, because I didn't quite understand the vision he had when she's holding a bloody sword.
I think she stabbed him.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had like the bloody hand and shit like that. I think in his mind, he was like, at some point, she's going to betray me. I mean, because that's a fucked up thought that I got to go save this person who, in my mind, at some point, she's going to betray me. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a fucked up thought.
Yeah. Let's change gears for a minute.
Go ahead.
How about that quote that the Emperor says when he's talking to Batista's character? And he says,
I forgot he was even in the movie. Goddamn. He's the Emperor's brother.
Nephew.
Okay. So here's the thing. Straight up. When the first time you see Batista, he walks in. He does this thing with his mouth where he's like, for those who are only listening, who can't see, they can't tell. So go watch this on YouTube. But he does this thing with his mouth where he goes. And I know it looks it looks weird, but then if you go watch Army of the Dead on Netflix, he does that shit the entire movie. So I'm like, maybe he just does that on his own. He's just like, that's how he thinks. He thinks with his mouth open.
He's probably racing in his brain. Like, what's my line? Okay, here we go.
I was just like, that's a weird, thinking face.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But when he says to him, when is a gift not a gift? You ever thought about that?
I've never thought about that, but
when is a gift not a gift?
I feel like a gift isn't a gift when
you want something from it.
Yeah. When you got ulterior motives, when I'm giving you something nice, not because I want to give you something nice, it's because I want you to know I gave you something nice. I'm not about that at all.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, me and you, we'll drop cash on something just to be like, yo, I saw this, I thought of you. Here, take it.
And get the hell on. But I just thought it was so it's so simple, but at the same time so heavy. It's like because just thought about my life and everything. When is a gift not a gift?
Yeah.
And I think about, all the stuff that, you've done for me and everything else. And it's just like, you know what? When is a gift not a gift?
Do you
And
ever
you don't,
have you ever gave a gift to someone and then after you were like, God damn, I wish I didn't do that?
yes and no. I'm gonna tell you why yes, and then I'm gonna tell you why no.
Okay.
Yes, the first time, like, and I think I might have told you so. If I didn't, this is the first time you're gonna hear it. I was a huge wrestling fan. Was never able to go, due to money and everything else as kids and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So my very first wrestling event was supposed to be when you got me tickets to go see it in Chicago.
Yep.
And I took the tickets and I gave them to my friend's kids and
Yep.
her brother because he's disabled, but
Yep.
he lives and breathes wrestling.
Yep.
And I felt at that moment I knew how bad I wanted to go.
Yep.
Like this is my first event, and I'm like fucking 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I really want to go, but it's more important for them to go. So I took the tickets, gave it to them. I sat at home in my bed looking like a little kid, like I want to cry because I'm watching on TV what they're there seeing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, it's fucked up. But I was like, you know what? At least they could say they got to go. And then a month later, you called me and said I got tickets to WrestleMania. That's why I said I regretted it, but then I didn't because I was able to go see something bigger and better because of my selfless actions. You know what I'm saying?
And then at WrestleMania,
I got to see The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Mankind, all the motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I'm in the Hall of Fame, and Stone Cold's like 3 rows in front of me. Oh my God, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can never trade that.
You're just fucked up is you got to go see more things at WrestleMania week than I ever have because I'm always working. My ass is working 24/7 that entire time. So everybody's telling me all these cool things going on. I'm like, but yeah, I've been sewing, just falling asleep, sleeping underneath my table for 2 hours so I can wake back up and sew.
Man, shit.
Mine had to do with wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to my first wrestling show at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, and me and my friend John, we had some good tickets, and then as we were leaving, I went and bought a purple Hardy Boys shirt. Had the finger like this on there. It said Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
And they didn't have my size left. All they had was 2XL. So I bought a 2XL.
Shit.
Mind you, back then I was still wearing baggy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm walking out, and as I'm standing there, there's some girl sitting there, and she was crying because she wasn't able to get a Hardy Boys shirt and all this different stuff. So I was like, you know what? Here. This girl had to be about like 13, 14 years old. I was probably about 15, 16 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, here, take it. She was like, oh my God, thank you. And they left. And literally she walked by. I was like, God damn it. I wish I didn't give my fucking Hardy Boy shirt to this stranger that I ain't never going to see again. But like, in that moment, I was like.
But then years later, you got to see them walk into the WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Dude, years later, I got to stand at catering and tell Matt Hardy, hey, you're the person that inspired me to start making gear. And now I am here making gears because of you.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
It's those selfless acts. Like, because when you did it, you regret it. Like, damn, this is my first ticket to go. And I really want to go, but fuck it. I'll take the punches. That whole man thing, I guess. I'll take the punches. I can deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then down the line, I got something better.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Down the line. But have you even gone to a WWE show in the US besides WrestleMania? Because you went to like, was it Raw and like
I went to Raw in London. Yeah.
WrestleMania here.
And I did go to one. I did go to another one in Chicago. After that. Yeah. But basically I went to like, but even that was a pay-per-view. I've gone to like all the major shows. I haven't like been to like the regular
just a regular
TV shows. Everyone, as a matter of fact, the ones that I did go to were all a pay-per-view or a major show.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to take us to pay-per-view? Shit.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Sometimes selfless acts I was either watching or listening to something this week. I think I might have been just on a plane listening to a book on tape, but someone said, don't count in a marriage. Don't count. Oh, Dave Chappelle. He's the one that said that.
Okay.
Don't count. I don't count. I think he was making a joke saying like when all this stuff happens, I don't count. Like, but he's saying like in a marriage, like she may get 30 blessings to your 2. But in a marriage, I don't count. I'm not counting how many blessings you get versus how much I get. You know, it's life. This is what we do. So sometimes, you know, you push shit aside in order to give someone else a blessing, and you're like, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm out. I'm cool.
Yeah. Even when you're really not.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that you're not. It's just that, like, you know, everybody wants things.
Yeah.
It's okay to want something. It's another thing when you run over other people to get that thing you want. But like, it's okay. You know, it's okay to want things. We're human.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Top of the hat to that.
Yeah.
For real.
Fucking yeah, there's not much to talk about the movie just because it's half of a movie. There's still a whole other part of this story missing.
Yeah, and like that's what I said. Because the first time I really watched it, I didn't like it, and I did, and I couldn't figure out why I did, and I couldn't figure out why I did.
Yeah,
like that's why I called you. Like, hey, you got to see this movie.
Yeah,
because I didn't know what I need to know what you saw to see if I could bounce off your ideas. Because I was really stuck in the middle. Like,
well, did you think the ending was underwhelming? The fight, aside from the choreography.
Yeah, because it just stopped. Like, if I could take you to another ending that just stops. You've seen the Hobbit movies, right?
What?
The Hobbit movies?
Yeah.
Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, all that.
Yeah.
And I think it's the second Hobbit where they actually find the dragon.
Desolation of Smaug, yeah.
Yeah, and they cover him in gold.
Yeah.
And at the end, he says, you know, he's like, I am fire.
Yeah.
And I am death. And it just stops.
Yeah.
That pissed me off because you knew he was gearing to go fuck some shit up. And I'm in my seat like, oh, this is about to be good.
Yeah.
And then it just stops and goes to that crazy New Zealand type music they're playing. I'm just like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally the fuck loud in the theater. I was pissed off.
Yeah, because he was supposed to, that's when he gets up and goes to and destroys Lake Town.
Yeah. So if you compare those two endings that stop abruptly, this one stopped like.
Well, but here's the thing. I get that it stopped abruptly, but like the climax of that section right before it stopped abruptly. I feel like some movies accomplish that to where even though it stops, perfect example, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for this. The Matrix Revolutions, the Matrix Reloaded, second one. At the end, they have that big fight where fucking Neo finally gets.
That's where he saves Trinity, right?
Saves Trinity, pulls the bullet out of her.
Yeah,
and he comes back, and then all of a sudden they're in the real world, and all of a sudden he stops the fucking the squids.
Yeah,
and then and all of a sudden they show him on the table next to the dude that Agent Smith had gone into, and then it cuts off. To me, between the highway fight, the highway fight, them trying to get into the fucking to the room to go talk to the architect, him getting out and saving Trinity, then him stopping. Like, to me, it was a satisfying ending, even though it stopped abruptly.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Whereas this one, like, I don't mind smaller endings like that. This one, for it to stop abruptly, I don't. It was just like, oh, really? That's what it stopped on?
Yeah,
like a fist fight, not even a fight, a fist fight.
I mean, in the fight, I was really disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he didn't live up to his training that he was doing earlier.
Yeah, and then of course I got the just when the character was like, is he toying with them? And his mom was like, no, he just never killed the man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I understood that concept of, like, even though it's a movie they're acting, like he's showing that, hey, I can beat you, but he doesn't want to because he's never done it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I don't know, the voice comes in. I think it's the witch, whatever. It's like, when you kill a man, you kill a piece of you too, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, the whole ad lib and everything of it was cool, but the fight itself was just like, come on, now you can't challenge like these rookies, so to speak, and get your ass whooped. Yeah. If you at least put up a whole better fight and then die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the psychology of that moment was really good because you're like, all right, the movie ended in Paul getting to this point where he was okay killing a man.
Yeah.
So I like that, but it was a very just anticlimactic fight. Like
that's what I'm saying. It should have been like, I'm not gonna say more bloody, but just like a little more acrobatic, a little more brutal, a little more like.
I felt like it should have felt like there was more stakes on the line, because it should have been more stakes on. You're fighting for your freedom and the leadership of this thing, but it just felt like two guys tussling, and it didn't feel like anything was on the line.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah. So I understand what you're saying. Like we said, The Matrix, everything that led up to the abrupt ending was worth the abrupt ending.
Yeah.
Same way I felt in the Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
That's essentially small.
Yeah. So the thing is like, because I don't mind smaller endings. So have you seen The Bourne Identity?
Yes, but I don't fully remember it.
So and at the end of The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne climbs into like the safe house or wherever the girl is, and then he kills. He's getting all the information, and then he kills two guys in a stairway. Like he shoots one guy.
Is that when they fall down the stairway?
He's falling down. He
okay,
yeah. Hits. But that's pretty much the end of the movie. I mean, so before that, it was supposed to be like this big ass gunfight where giant explosions go off and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I guess when they were making the movie, 9/11 happened. So they didn't want to do these giant explosions and stuff anymore. So they went for a smaller, more intimate ending. And I liked that ending in that movie. I liked it being because he's solo. He's just by himself. Mm-hmm. So I like the idea of the ending of the movie being just a small little, climax.
Yeah.
But because you had that, and then obviously he went to the island, he saw Marie again and all these different things. Like it wasn't just an abrupt ending. It had like, it brought him back. It did all these different things. So I was like, okay, that's worth it for that kind of movie. This one was like, for it to be so nothing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li?
I think we've seen that together.
Yeah. Okay. So that movie
was terrible.
Not only was it terrible, why was the best fight in that movie the first fight between the dad and then some regular dude?
I thought it was the dad and the big black dude.
It's not. He didn't play Balrog, did he? Did he play Balrog?
I think so, but I can't think of it. He died. Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, who was he playing Balrog? I don't know who he was playing.
Not Kingpin. Did they call him Kingpin?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, but I just remember the fight. The first fight of the movie was the best fight. Everything else fucking sucked.
I remember me and you talked about this because it was one of our Friday night extravaganzas that we used to do, and that was the movie we went to go see. And we were both pissed off because the buildup of the Vega Chun-Li fight was like, oh, this is about to be good.
Yeah.
And then there was no fight. He just comes out of a window.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? What the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? Like we was pissed about that.
I know.
Yeah, we went and seen that together.
Okay. M. Bison looked like fucking he works in HR.
Wait, every time we throw a hits, he screams like dragon voices and shit.
That's an example of, to me, when someone does a fight scene and like they don't really know how to fight, so they're just like, I gotta make it look tough. And then like if you do stunt men that are actually fighting, they're like, their face is calm because they're that they're concentrating on their moves, but they're like, I do this shit all the time. Yeah, I'm a fucking fighter. So when I'm trained for this shit, when people come at me, I don't flinch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's actually a real good example.
Yeah. Man.
That's funny.
I remember there was one fight where all of a sudden Chun-Li just runs in there, does like a backflip kick, and the dude got knocked out, and then she goes into the house.
See, I didn't remember that part of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because that Chun-Li fight was that the one when they were fighting in the alley? They were fighting in the alley, and she was fighting some regular person. I forget. And it was okay. Then all of a sudden, Vega came in, and they were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
it's tossed out the window, and you're like,
"Yeah."
You know
because they show Vega walking up, and you see the claws and the boots, and he's running up and everything, and then they have like a whole 20-second dialect exchange, and then what the fuck just happened? Vega is getting tossed out the window.
Dude, that's like in the first Ghost Rider movie.
Man,
I ain't never seen anybody sell their soul to the devil so easily in my life.
But hold on, wait. He sold us to the devil. He didn't. He did it by mistake, though, didn't he?
No, he goes.
I mean, he did it to save his dad.
Yeah, his dad is in the hospital, whatever, and he's just sitting there. And the guy goes, "I can save your dad, but it's gonna cost you like your life." He just goes, "What do I gotta do?" It was that simple. I was like, "Wait, what?"
See, I don't remember that part. I just remember him looking up the contract, and for some reason, he either cuts his hand or pricks it or something by accident, and the blood falls on the contract. And the devil's like, "That'll do." And just left it at that.
He explains to him like what he needs from him. He just goes, "What do I got to do?" Like that quickly. And then there was one part in there, he was fighting someone. It was like, I forget, it's like some dude that was floating in the air.
It was all the elements, like all the demon people. Like one was like water.
So it was like an air one that was like floating around.
Yeah.
I thought this fight was gonna go crazy. All of a sudden, he just takes off his chain and just goes,
"Oh yeah,"
spins it, and I'm like, "That's it." It's like when I make a whirlpool in the tub. Go.
Hell yeah!
My God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So
movies, man.
So would you recommend Dune? That's something to go watch. I feel like I can't say yes or no until I see the second half.
Look, I feel the same because it's like if I met a random person, like play the scenario out and be like, "Did you see the new movie Dune yet?" "Yeah, I've seen it." "Should I go see it?"
Exactly.
I can't tell them yes. I can't tell them no.
Yeah.
It's like if you know what?
That's that sigh. That's that sigh where you're like, "God damn it, I gotta explain shit."
Yeah, it's like go. Okay, you know what? Then yes, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm narrowing it down in my brain. I can recommend it, but on open terms. Like, I'm not gonna recommend you because I want you to go see it. I might just say go see it and make your own judgment.
I can say that.
You know what I'm saying? I can't tell a person to go see the movie because I think it's good or it's got a good lesson or whatever. Because there are some hidden gems in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just gotta tell them that, look, man, if you just want to go enjoy, you know what my answer would be? If you just want to go enjoy yourself in the evening and watch a movie, go for it.
I don't know if I could tell people even that. I feel like I'd have to tell people like, "I'm not the one you want to ask," just because like I'm on the fence. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Because that's what I said. Because it's not bad, but it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I can't even say it was good. Like I'm really borderline with that word.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
and it's really because like I'm just waiting. I'm like, is that payoff worth that? That's why I can't judge it.
Yeah,
is that? I don't know. God damn it.
Yeah, we got to see the second one. We got to just to see how it adds up.
Fucking Dune. All right, so that's Dune for us, I guess. Surratt and Chris's movie therapy podcast.
We got this. Yeah, we got this.
It begins with an M.
Yeah, figure it out.
Cool. All right, catch y'all.
Holla. I'm a warrior.